Hello, everyone. This is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I, the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful, Rabbit Hole King, Dale, Lauren Frey, Jaw of the Dragon, Clover Grimm, and the upcoming Jaw of the Dragon. Oh, did I say that twice? I'm getting it down, I promise. So, this weekend, I had the pleasure and honor of once again finishing The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker on stream. It was a downright wonderful experience. I can't begin to tell you how many times I've played this game since I was a kid, how many times I've popped it in and just ran through the game, beating every boss, getting to every island, uncovering all the secrets, and experiencing the story and artistry over and over and over again. And honestly, upon finishing it, the most recent playthrough, I had to kind of stop myself from immediately starting a new file and trying over again because I didn't complete the Nintendo gallery. I really need to do that one of these days, is finally get like a complete Nintendo gallery. I still don't think I have done it, but a Wind Waker has stood the test of time as a game that players, or I suppose PlayStation fans who don't play anything, especially not games, PlayStation fans had to eat crow when it comes to what they expected this game to be like. The narrative before release, right? Ever since it was shown in 2001 or whenever this game was shown off, the reception that like this game was going to be terrible, that they made it for little kids, that Nintendo had like dropped the ball of what fans wanted. I I think it really needs to be understood, especially like in an era where people are still making fun of stuff like Metroid Prime Federation Force or Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Just how thoroughly Wind Waker destroyed that argument among fans who actually took the time to buy and play this game. Like Wind Waker, I think, really established the Zelda formula going forward when it came to like the storytelling aspects and just introducing the concept of having like a wide range of artistic sort of changes over the series, like whether it's like bright and colorful or dark and mysterious or a wide open world, it's all Zelda, right? Like Wind Waker introduced the concept of just, maybe going more mature, more realistic, more darker. Dark wasn't necessarily the best way to go for the franchise. And I think Wind Waker really really has that quality that makes it relatively timeless. I was surprised playing this again how much it feels like a game that could have come out today, right? Like it's not packed with content or anything. It's not like hundreds of hours long, but this is a game I've been playing constantly since it came out. A game that I've played through countless times, and I still get excited when my favorite scenes come up, like going to Hyrule, like confronting Ganon at the end, like invading the Forsaken Fortress. Like there are so many great iconic moments in this game, and it's really really hard for me to imagine this game being anything different than what it was. Like, yeah, I wish there were more dungeons. I wish like there were more things to do in the ocean. Uh, there are things that talk about they could have done differently. They could have expanded on, but a lot of those aspects were built up on in Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild in future entries, right? Like the real criticisms that actual players had toward Wind Waker were addressed in future installments, resulting in the best game ever made, Breath of the Wild. And this just goes to show you just how out of touch with reality the uh, the spoonies of the world are when it comes to when it comes to Wind Waker and its lasting legacy. Because your your impressions of a trailer don't reflect on the final product, right? Wind Waker has had a 20-year long legacy. Fans who will defend this game to the death, um, that has stood the test of time, and still there are a handful of people who will try and say, that it's not Zelda, that it's not what we wanted, we don't accept this. And to that, I say, you need to grow up. You need to appreciate what Nintendo did for this title and understand that what you want is not always going to be what you get and what you will end up loving more than anything. Wind Waker is, I think, a game that evolved the Zelda formula and honestly, upon this most recent playthrough, probably deserves a lot more recognition than it gets among fans.